Hello everybody, ladies and gents, welcome back. This is my reaction video of the epic final between Novak Djokovic and Dominic Thiem. A five-set battle that finally Novak Djokovic won. He was he was the stronger player, he was the more clutch player. He did what he had to do in the most important on the important point and won his eighth title, 17 combined in his career. So he's closing in on both Nadal and Federer now. A well-deserved victory. Novak Djokovic has been the best player for his whole 2 weeks, and Dominic Thiem has showed also that he deserved this final spot. He beat Rafael Nadal. How many people beat Nadal in a quarterfinal in a Grand Slam? It's very rare, but not unusual. So Novak, he was just too good in this match. Even though it seemed like Thiem could have was on his way to win this match, Novak disappeared for a little while between the second half of the second set and the first set, and that made Dominic Thiem gave Dominic Thiem advantage. He took care of that advantage and was up in a 2-1 set lead, but Novak Djokovic regrouped and took back everything. The fourth and fifth set and showed why he is one of the greatest champions in this sport, in this lovely sport. Novak Djokovic was just too determined to win this trophy. He has a great fan base in Australia. It's his favorite Grand Slam, as we all know. He has won here 8 times. It's a record in itself. Where can't Novak feel home if he's not in Australia? He just was too good. He's too rock solid. He's too rock solid from the baseline. He returned too good in this match. He was just too clutch in this match. Even though Thiem put up a hell of a performance, he deserved all the credits he can get. It was just not enough. It was so close for him to win his maiden Grand Slam, but he failed. He will have more chances in the future. I never doubt that he will never win a Grand Slam. He has a decent chance now on hard courts also. Before it was only clay. He has lost 2 French Open finals against Rafael Nadal twice. And from here now he knows that he is compatible on every surface. Maybe he should been a little bit better on the grass court also, but we will see. It can happen. Why not? He is such a talented player. He has the whole package. He got the physique, he got the ground strokes, he got the serve, he got the mental toughness. But today he lost to a better player. No doubt about who was earning this victory most, and that was, of course, Novak Djokovic. Why? Because he has played solid for the whole week. These 2 weeks, he has sent out singles to everybody. Before this match, he did a superb performance at the AT Cup. He was the man to beat, but nobody managed to beat him. Thiem was close. He was up 2-1 in sets, but Novak, like a great champion he is, he charged his battery a little bit, not maybe physically, but mentally, and regrouped and took advantage of his experience and put out the dagger in Thiem to win his A title. Alright, why did Thiem lost this match? Because if you look at the numbers, yeah, if you have seen the match, you know that he had to play aggressive tennis against Novak Djokovic. He would don't give Thiem any time. He would have to play. His style is similar to Wawrinka, hard hitting. He pushes Novak out from the court because in the first set he was a little bit cautious. He stepped into the court too much. He was outside the baseline too much in the first set, and that's why Novak won the first set. He took advantage of that, but in the second set he stepped into the court a little bit. He started to attack more, swing more, and that gained him the second and third set in a fashion way. And that's how he should have played the whole match, but it's hard to keep up that level. So he lost because he didn't return so good on Novak's second serves, and he didn't get so much rewarded on his second serve that he should have done, and he did too many unforced errors. Those are the three key factors why he didn't win this match. But if you look at the numbers, Novak has 76% first serve winning on his first serve. That's great numbers. while Thiem has 69%. And on the second serve, Novak won 51% of his second serve, and Thiem won 45% of his second serve. That's also a little bit difference. Even though Novak won 10 more points in this match, the number talks for himself. On the winner unforced error number, Novak did 46 winners and 55 unforced errors. And Dominic Thiem 57 winners and 55 unforced errors. And on the breakpoint conversions, both of them managed to save 7 out of 12 breakpoints. And the unforced number, it shows Thiem did a little bit more unforced errors. He did 57 unforced errors, but only 55 winners. So if he could have kept those numbers a little bit low, he could have won this match. And on the return points, Novak won 31% and on the first serve and 47 on the second serve. And for Thiem, it was 24 to 38%. So that number shows also a little bit difference in this match. But the important thing is that both of these guys put up a hell of a performance for this 15,000 audience. And it was so close for Thiem to win his first maiden title. I was really not wishing, because I like Novak, but it's good to see new blood. But when Novak plays like that, when he returns like a god, it was one of the key factors that he won this match. You can never dislike Novak Djokovic. I like Federer's play of style, but I love Novak also because he's a master. He's so good. He's so complete. He's good at everything. What are his weaknesses actually? We saw that a little bit in the second and the first set. He can disappear for a little while. I think it's only mental, because he was arguing. He got this code violation and stuff like that from the referee, and he was out of rhythm. But then he find the path again, and he was the victorious guy in the end. That's why he's so great. He's so solid. You know, Rafa can battle with him from the baseline. Thiem almost did that because he's a hard hitter like Wawrinka. You have to be a hard hitter like Wawrinka to push Novak out from the court, find angles. He tried his serve also, serving different angles, but Novak took everything today. The first serve, the second serve, he was too solid. And Thiem served okay today. Not bad, not super good. Novak served very high level today, but Thiem didn't return as good as Novak, and that's why he lost the match. Because when the ball was in play, when they have those majestic rallies to 20 to 25 points, they were even. He was even better than Novak sometimes. So that's what separates the big three from the rest. They are more clutch when they matters, and that happened today. I feel sorry for Thiem. He will have more chances in the future. It was not a setback. He has improved a lot these 2 weeks on hardcourt. He has showed last year signs that he is a good hardcourt player also, due to his huge swings. He has developed his second serve. He has developed his returns. He has kept his low unforced error numbers lower, and that gave him reward in the end. And he went to a final here in Australia. That's great results. I'm pretty impressed with Dominic Thiem, the way he played, especially against Rafa, where he beat Rafa from the baseline. He didn't school him, but Rafa was almost getting back into the match. But Dominic Thiem should be proud of himself. I'd give him the thumb up, and I would love to see more from him in the future. But Big Three are still here. My prediction of a winner here, I was right. I held Novak, and how can I not hold him as the number one? You saw him at the ATP Cup before, how he played. He was just marvelous. He was tremendous. He was superb. He was solid. He sent singles to everybody. I am the man to beat. And nobody beat him in these 2 weeks. And that's why he's the champion. What can I say? I lift my hat off for Novak Djokovic. He was supreme through the whole tournament. I can't see anybody defeat him as long as he's physically fit and mentally focused. I can't see anybody defeat him whatsoever. Maybe Rafa at French Open, but we will see. Because if they meet there, I'm not sure that Rafa will win. Novak has a decent chance. Thiem has a decent chance also. He has stepped up also. He can beat Rafa at the French Open. So The first Grand Slam of the year goes to Novak Djokovic. Well deserved, in my opinion. I have nothing to argue about that. We saw everybody that what a kind of a player, what kind of performance he put up in these 2 weeks down under. So Novak Djokovic, he will collect more Grand Slams in the future. He will get closer and closer to both Rafa and Federer, and I will not be surprised if he surpasses them. He already had one more bigger title than them. If you combine the Grand Slams and the Master and the ATP Finals and those biggest events, he's ahead of them in titles. But the slams is the only thing that counts when you finish your career. Who has the most slams? You look. You don't look at the second one or the third one. You always recognize the number one. And right now he's number three, closing in of his top rivals. This Serbian wall, mean machine. He's just good. And I'm very impressed because I've seen him from all my career. And Novak is a player that had developed many aspects of his game. He was not super talented like like Roger Federer, but he has started to work on every pieces of his game, on every department. Now he's getting the reward. Not only because his top riders are getting older, it's just because he's better than them. We have seen them many times for the years. Nadal and Federer are not a threat for him anymore in Grand Slams, except maybe Rafa at French Open. He will be punished by somebody like Thiem, like Medvedev, like Shasha maybe, if he keep his composure and do another great tournament or more tournaments in the future. Those are the guys from the other generation. Those are the guys who's gonna beat Novak, because I doubt that Rafa and Roger will ever defeat him in a Grand Slam final anymore, to be honest. Because if Novak reaches the final of French Open, I think he will be the man to beat, even if Rafa is on the other side. He has a little mental edge against him there. But it's sports, anything can happen. That's why we love sports, my friends. That's why we love tennis. And that's why it's good to do this video, to share my feelings, my thoughts, and everything around that surrounds tennis. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and bye bye.